Hello everyone, this is Ovidio speaking, and today I'm going to show you how to create Power BI reports, editable reports, or how can you edit some data from Power BI in your Power BI reports directly in Power BI using PowerApps Canvas app embedded in Power BI. Okay, let me tell you something about the data source because there are some limitations, and one limitation is because in Power BI I use direct query. Direct query it's not available, for example, in SharePoint data source, and it is available on Dataverse and SQL. But in SharePoint, if you have any data source for your Power BI, if you have a SharePoint data source, is not available as a direct query. Because we use direct query, we are not able to perform some calculations, measures, and so on in Power BI. The purpose of this video is to show you how can you be able to edit some fields or in your data source. I don't know, maybe you would like to add comments in your data source and so on. In this video, I have created the Dataverse table. In PowerApps or Power Automate, you will be able to find the option of Dataverse, expand, and under the tables, you will be able to create a new table, and you see by default tables in your environment. Here I have my environment. You can select any other environment or create any other environment. And you can create a Dataverse table by selecting new table here. And in this case, I already have created my table with 4 columns, which are customer, invoice number, invoice amount, and invoice date. As I said, you can use any data source, any other table in Dataverse or SQL. And let me go, and I already have created for this demo, and I will show you then from scratch. This is the report I have created. It's a Power BI published report in Power BI service, and now, as you can see, I have this table with some invoices, and here some visuals. And for this report, this is the data source is this table. It is a direct query from Dataverse. And let me go and show you how we can actually this in the right side is a PowerApps Canvas app embedded in Power BI, and it's dynamic. The data source of this one of the data sources for this application is actually this Power BI report, and it's dynamic. As you can see, if I filter any item here in this table or in these bar charts, I'm able to the application it's automatically is dynamically filtered. Now let me go. Let's suppose I have created here some filters as well for customer invoice or invoice amount, if you would like to, I don't know, to see the amount just for some selections. And here let's suppose if I have, I don't know, hundreds of items. Another limitation here is you cannot bring from Power BI to Power Apps more than 1000 rows. Okay, if you would like to be able to edit your data source, make sure you can create, I don't know, filter in application or in your Power BI, or create a different view for the latest 1000 records, because if you have many, you will not be able to bring all of them in the application using direct query. Okay, Now let's see, let me select, I don't know, we can select here because we have just 3 items in our table, in my table. I can, if you have many, as I said, you can filter, use filters, or just select a row and so on. But in this case, because I have only 3, I'm going to select them in my application. I don't know, it's customer test 2, is this item, and I would like to change, let's suppose the amount. As you can see here in this application in PowerApps, by default I have created the display mode, its view, and here we can change in edit in order to be able to edit some values. Okay, let's suppose we have to change the invoice amount, and let me, I don't know, add a different amount and click on save, and you will see real-time data changing in my Power BI report. I don't know, let's suppose we would like to add a new invoice, and we have here a button, add new invoice, and here we have by default customers. As you can see here, we have 3 customers, we have 3 options. Let me select the second one, invoice number, I don't know, just add something as a test. Invoice number, sorry, and for invoice amount I will type something and save. You will see real-time changing my report based on the data, input data from the application. I don't know, here if you have, I have created, if we will be necessary to add a new customer, because here we are able to see just the customer already existing in my data source. If I want to add a new customer, I have this button here and add a new customer. I don't know, customer test, let's say 4, and invoice number ST4001, and amount, I don't know, 125. Invoice amount, whatever, it doesn't matter, and save. You will see a new item is here. Okay, now this is possible to edit some values, to edit, to make your Power BI report editable, and let me go and show you how is this created from scratch. And here we have Power BI desktop. This is my demo created, but let's start from scratch with this approach. Okay, this is Power BI desktop, and this is blank sheet page in Power BI, and let me go and show you how I took the data from Dataverse as a direct query to Power BI, and here it's already here. Okay, the data is already here, but for you, because when you will create with Dataverse data source, or you can go here, you can see the connection of the Dataverse. If you will not be able to see it, just click on more, and one moment. Now I have here all the connectors, and let me type here Dataverse. Sorry, Dataverse. And I have Dataverse, and click on connect. Now, because I'm logged in here with my account, I'm able to see the data verse tables in my environments in the same account, and just expand here. This is my default environment, and I'm able to see all the tables created by default in my environment. As you can see here in PowerApps, all these tables from here in my environment, I'm able to find them, to see them in Power BI as well. And in this case, I will take my table, which is test, is this one, and transform data, because you will see the cleanup will be necessary. And here you see we have import to Power Query, and you can perform calculations, you can create measures and so on. But now in this case I would like to take as direct query, because I would like to have real-time data changing in Power BI. Okay, it's here in Power Query, and I just you know, it is the same like in a SharePoint list. There are a lot of by default columns created in the workspace in SharePoint. Here is the same in Dataverse. There are a lot of customers created. These are my a lot of columns created by default. These are my columns, and I just want to keep these columns only. I just select them, right click, and remove other columns. Now I have just my columns. I will remove this, actually I will close, and I just wanted to show you how to take the data from Dataverse as a direct query. Okay, not now. I don't want to take it because discard changes and discard. I already have the data here. Now I have, as you can see here, I took some visualizations, and one is a table. I have created a table, and this is a card, and this is a bar chart, and this is simple. I will take them with copy and paste in this page, because this is not the purpose of creating just these visuals. This is simple, as I said here. You have them, and I don't know, just if you'd like to add table, bring the data in your table and play with. You can change them. I don't know, customer invoice number, invoice date, and then sum of. It's okay. It's creating. Sum of invoice amount, but I want to keep the column title just as invoice amount, and remove, double click, and remove the rest of the text. And I have here my data. This is I just wanted to show how I have created this table. This one is similar, but is this kind of chart, and I just have by customer drag and drop invoice number, and this is a card. It's, if you select you will see this visual, and I have sum of invoice amount, the total amount. Now I want to add a PowerApps application here in order to be able to edit my let me refresh this one, because I already have another items, and here I have 3 only, but in my online report I have many. Okay, now I have all. Okay, I have 2 options for adding actually, or creating PowerApps in Power BI. This is under the visualizations. Here, build visual, we have PowerApps and Power Automate. In this case, we can create Power Automate buttons as well, sending emails directly from Power BI and so on. But this one is the purpose of this video, and I will select this visual PowerApps for Power BI, and is going to create a visual here. Now it's empty and you can see some details here, but I would like to create this dynamic report. Once I'm going to create an item here, or filter anything in my report, to be filtered in my application as well. So in this case, under the fields, I'm going to bring all of them, all the needed columns, and now we have 2 options for creating an application. One is chosen up, if I'm going to select this option, I will be able to see the applications available in my environment in PowerApps, and I can select one of those applications. But now I'm going to select create new because I want to show you from scratch how I have created. Okay, now it's going directly to PowerApps Studio in online. Click on OK, and it's opening my PowerApps Studio, and you will see here by default layout is mobile layout, and is going to create a gallery with my items automatically, and this is the view, the layout is on mobile, as I said, but you can change the layout and so on. You can this is for gallery. You can change with, you can create from scratch directly in Power BI the application as tablet layout, and then you can choose the application in Power BI. Okay, here we can change under the settings display, we can change this as landscape and so on, but in this case it's okay as mobile. Now this is as you can see here, we have the connector Power BI integration, because we started to create this application from Power BI directly, and this is PowerApps for Power BI, as you can see here. And let me go here, and now in this gallery created by default, the data source for this gallery is actually my Power BI report data, and this the connection is Power BI integration.data, and we are able to see those columns from Power BI. Okay, customer invoice number, and this is actually the data source for my Power BI report. Now, because I already I have created this this application, let me go and show you. This one is okay. This is the same thing I have created, but I just customized the application, and let me go and explain you from scratch. Okay, here I changed the theme of this. Here we have the option to select any theme. It's this one in this case, and let me go and select in here theme, and this one. Now you can see it's changed, and let me make this gallery smaller, and as you can see, this gallery layout is actually titled, but if I'm going to select this here, click on there or here, I'm able to select different types of layout for a gallery. And in this case I will take this one, title, subtitle and body, and is going to show me actually here three labels in my gallery, and I can customize them. I would like to change the font size, and this I don't want to be semi-bold, I want to be normal, and this one same 15 size, font size, and this one same. Okay, let me how can I be able to find the labels in my gallery? If I'm going to select here the gallery, I have one screen and I have a gallery, and inside the gallery I have this line separator, and I have a next arrow, this one by default created, and I have body, subtitle and title as I have selected in my gallery as a layout, title, subtitle and body. And I can see now if I'm going to select any label, body, subtitle and title, I am able to see that they are selected here in my application. And I can play with the size, I can play here with with the colors, with color, text color, background color. This is fill actually called, but it's a visual background color. I can, if I click here, I have a lot of colors here. I can customize the column and so on. Now, this is already done. This is the application already created. And let me just, if you have, it's easy to take I don't know, the labels and everything with copy and paste. And if you need to create something from an application to another. Now, here, let me move this on this screen, the gallery is here down, and let me go here and just select, I would like to take the header of this application. The header is actually a rectangle, and here on insert, I'm going to, if I would like to insert a rectangle, let me go here and go insert and type here rectangle. And it's a different color for my this because I used a different theme. Okay, make it okay. Let's move my gallery here now. On this rectangle, because as I said, I want to create my header for each screen. But before creating the header of each screen, as you can see, for each label I have on text, because this is a text label, these are text labels. I have this item because the data source of my gallery is PowerBI integration.data, and on this label I have this item, actually the item of this this item, because as you can see we have 3 items, 1, 2, 3, and this item dot customer. And here I have this item dot invoice number, and here I would like to put this item dot invoice amount. This is my invoice amount because it's coming from Power BI, and it took some from my Power BI report, and is actually this is the data for this item. Let's make, and on this click on this edit in order to edit the gallery button, and make this one smaller. Now, because I don't actually need this next arrow, and because I'm not going, this next arrow is used when you would like to navigate to another screen for this specific item. For example, you have this item, and this item means a record or a line or a row in your data source. But you have just 3 columns here, not all. Let's suppose you have 10 columns, but you have the, I don't know, the title, subtitle, and so on, or customer, just 3 columns. And if you would like to see the details for all the columns you have in your data source, you can create a different screen, and then on this next arrow, you can type here navigate, using navigate function, and the screen, the name of the screen you would like to create in order to navigate to another page, another screen. Okay, this one is here is not the case, and we don't need this button. Just delete. I have selected and delete. Okay, let's make this smaller. Now, going further, let's go back to my application here. I have created a radio button here, and let me go and show you how to insert the radio button. Now, because here we have insert, but we have here as well, we have different type of options to insert here: labels, input, display, layout, media, and so on, icons, shapes, and so on. Under the shapes you are able to see rectangle and so on. Now, because here I want a radio button, the radio button is under the input option, and select radio button. But in order to be easier for you, you can click here on insert and type on search, or here and again type on search the icon or whatever you would like to search. Go back to here, and I have inserted a radio button here, but I want to make it smaller, as you can see here, and I'm going to change the radio size to 20. The radio size is now smaller, as you can see, and padding I would like to have just here 5 and the rest 0. It's top, bottom, left, right, the space between text and the margins of my layout, my button, my radio button. Okay. Now, let me go and change the font size to 15. Change the color, this one, and now, as you can see, I just have these buttons, but I want to have two options, not one and two. I would like to have two options. Just select the radio, and the options should be edit and view. And based on these options, I will create different labels here. They will be on display mode. I will put them view or edit based on the selection on this radio button. Now, let me go here on advanced on items. As you can see, a radio sample, but it's nothing there, it's just 1 and 2. But I'm going to create them as a list, and let's say edit and view. And I have edit and view, I have two options, and by default I would like to have view mode. I would like to have actually view selected by default. Now you can see view is selected because every time someone will go to open the application, as you can see by default will be these fields will be as display mode will be view. Okay, going back here, not here. Now we have this title. This is a label, a text label, and I'm going to select my rectangle, insert, and text label. It's already there, and I would like to put the title of the screen and click on properties, and let me take with copy paste and going for faster. Now edit selected invoice, so put text alignment in the middle, change the color. I would like to have this color. Okay, now let's make this smaller and put it in the middle. Okay, now I have another button, it's add. It's an add icon. Okay, actually, and I can select the icons as I said from here, and I have under the icons I can find add or just type on search add. Okay, click add, and is this icon. Now I would like to change the color again for this one, and on padding I would like to put 5 to all. Okay, borders 0, and that's it. As you can see there, the inserting labels, buttons, and so on, icons, it's easy. But in the backend, for each button, we have to include some formulas. Okay. Now let me go and insert these labels from here. Okay, and I would like to have editable fields, editable labels, and just view labels. And the view labels are a text input called, and this one from here I'm going to insert how many we have 4, and insert text on And for example, I can take with copy paste this one, for example, just select it, Control C and Control V, and one more, Control V, and I have these labels. Now, because they are the same type, all of them, I can change the text, color, and so on for all of them at the same time. Just select all of them and then change the size to I don't know, 18, change the color if needed. This one, let's say I will put this color, and yeah, that's it regarding the format. But now let me change the text. This is will be customer. This will be invoice number. This will be invoice date, and this will be invoice amount. Now, this one I would like to be for each this I will use this actually labels as title for my editable fields, and let me change here the, let's say, 60, the height, and or 50 for all of them, because I need more space here. Now let me go and move them here. Yeah, okay, let's see. Good. Now let me go and insert the editable fields. They are called text input. Text input is the text, the label I need here, and I'll put this one in the middle and make it smaller. And I will create four, actually one is date. I will create three, and text input, and one is date input. Control C and Control V. Control V. And I have these three, and one is called because I need to have this a date this should be here, a date input, and there is a date picker called, and under the input is date picker, and select date picker, and I will bring it here. Okay, make it smaller, and I have my fields, editable fields here. By default, as you can see here, I have something, but in my case, I would like to have, once I will select one item here, I would like to have for each selection, I would like to have the data for customer. For example, if I will select this item, I will have customer test one and so on. But before doing that, I would like here to add a color for selected item here, because we don't know which item is selected, but we would like to know. Select the gallery, click on edit button, and here we have template fill, and here let me add if this item, so, okay, this item dot cell is selected, then let's put green, this one, else nothing, and close the bracket, and yeah, we have this. As you can see, let me change the format text. It's easier for us to follow the formulas. And now if I'm going and select any item, I can see the selected item. Okay. I don't want to see this. Now, okay. I have to add one more thing, but let me go and bring them up, because I have to add a button here, a save button. Insert and button, and I'm going to add my insert, my save button here. Let's say save, and let's make it smaller. Okay, now let's put it in the middle. We have this option, right click and align, and you can see here in the middle, in the right, in the center, and so on. Okay, now we have the first screen done, but it's not working. I cannot use anything here. I cannot just, it's nothing here. I want to remove the borders for focused border. Okay, 0, and that's it. Now, okay, as I said, now we start to create the formulas, the codes for each button, for each label, and so on. Okay, let's take it from here, because I want to see the data for the selected item. Now, let's take each text input, and under the text, actually it's default, on default, this one is text input, as you can see here, but I want to have my gallery selected customer name. Okay, and my gallery is gallery1 dot selected dot customer. Now you can see my selected, it's this one. If I'm going to play the app and see if it's working, you see here this label is changing. Okay, the same thing I will do for all. I'm going to create for all labels, for all the labels, default and gallery dot selected dot, this is invoice number. Let me copy this one and add it here. Not another tooltip, under the default, Control V, but it should be invoice amount, sum of invoice amount. Now we have everything done here, and I'm going to this one is not done yet, and here on because this is a date label, date picker label. Let me go, and by default date I would like to have, now is the date of today, but I want to add the same thing, but not invoice number, because this is a text, and but this is selected, actually is selected date. Invoice date, sorry. Yeah, and now we have the formulas for each label done. This one, as I said, is invoice amount. I would like to select to be number, not text. Click on play, and if I select any value, my values are changing. Okay. Now, this is my first screen. On save, I have to include the data once I will select this button, my changes should be reflected in the data source, should be actually updating the data source based on my input. For example, if I am selecting this item and I would like to change the amount for this item, I don't know, and select button for this item will be changed. Okay. Now, before doing that, I have this view and edit mode, and for my labels, I would like to be them. I will select all of them on default mode, display mode, sorry, is if my radio button called radio 1 dot selected dot value is equals edit, then display mode dot edit, else display mode dot view. Now you can see, let me use this formatting text. You can see I am not able to edit any value because my default is view. If I select edit, there are editable mode. But let me change something, because on hover, this color is actually let's make it white. Okay, and yeah, now on hover it's white. Okay, now by default will be view mode, and if I select this, the edit option will be in edit mode. Now let's go to you create the formula for save button. It's already done here, and I have created the formula. I used update if function and in PowerApps. And let me copy and paste everything from here, and then I will explain. And on select for this button, once it's selected, Control V. Now, as you can see, some errors here because let me make it higher, because the labels are different, but I'm going to explain you. Update if is actually, I would like to update my data source, which is my Dataverse table, if the invoice number from the data source from Dataverse table equals with the invoice number for my selected gallery, okay, selected item in my gallery. If they are equal, the same, then change this customer column with text input for custom column is called text input 1. Let me go and copy. Okay, Control V. Then invoice number is this one. Invoice number is this label. You can change the name of the labels and so on. Okay, now this is my data source. Test. But I didn't take the data source, and because of that I was not able to see it. My data source to be updated is my Dataverse table. Here we have on the data, we have a lot of connectors, more than 600 connectors, and in this case, if I'm clicking here add data, from current environment I have my Dataverse tables, and this is my data source, but we have a lot of connections. If I type here, I don't know, connectors here, we have Office, we have SharePoint, we have a lot, more than 600. In this case, I will select my Dataverse table from my environment. is here. I have the data source. If I test type test, and I'm able to see my data source. Now my formula is working, and if I would like to see if it's related to all these fields, yes it is. Okay, now going back here, let me check again. We have text input is text1, this is for customer, this is invoice number text1, okay, text2, date picker 1, yeah, okay. Now then, this is if update if, okay, update my data source, my table. If this invoice number in my table, it's the same with invoice number in the gallery, and open curly brackets, and here we have customer update with this the value from this label, invoice number updated from value from this, and so on. Now, the second formula is a Power BI integration dot refresh. Every time the user use this button, is going to refresh in real time my report, and it's reset radio button 1 because by default is in view mode. If I'm going to edit, click on edit, is in editable mode, and once I will select this option, I want at the end to be again view mode, not edit mode. Okay, this one, it's this view is done. Let me go and create the second view here. Now let me go, and the second view is actually add a new invoice. It's I will go to insert a new screen and blank screen. There we have some templates here. We can use any template, but I don't want one of these. I want a blank screen. And in this blank screen, I'm going to copy the rectangle and this label, this one, and my rectangle. Control C, go to this screen because I want to use the same format, the same header. And here I'm going to change with add new invoice. Okay, enter. And I would like to add a back icon here, and if I'm going to select insert and then back, is this back arrow icon. I'm going to select this one, place it here. Okay. I'm pending. I'm putting 5. I put 5 for each option. And I would like to change the color with this. And on select, hover, it's okay. Hover, I would like to be white color. Actually, for border, no, focus 0. Hover, it's function self fill, it's okay, self fill, it's okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. Now on this button or this icon, on select, is false, but I would like to put back and close the bracket. And on navigate, let me go and show you here. I didn't put any option, it's not working. As I said, I have to put navigate and navigate to screen 2, and here we have options to add the type of navigation, right, fed, and so on, cover, and close the bracket. If I'm going now and play, it's coming from the right side, and click on back, and so on. Okay, now let's go back here. We have this the header of my second screen done. All we have to do is to add the rest of the labels, and I'm going actually to copy the same things from here. Invoice number, invoice date, and invoice amount. Control C, screen to Control V, and I want to put them in the middle, and this 3 of it. Okay, this here and this here, and here same thing, because now it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Going back to my screen, second screen. Here, because will be new, I don't want on default. I copied them, the labels from the first screen, and I copied the formulas as well. But on default, this one I want to be, I don't want to be anything here. Default. Default date, and here same. Default, it's nothing, because will be new. Okay. Now here, as you can see, I have created a drop down as well, because for customer, if I would like to have to, if the users would like to add a new invoice, they should be able to insert a new an existing customer. If they would like to insert a new customer, they have here the option to do it. Okay, let's go and do it from scratch. This one, these two I would like, and this one. The radio, border radio is 5, but I would like to be 0. And here same. Okay, it's 0. Now. Okay. Yes, here. Okay, let me go insert drop down. There we have in PowerApps we have two options for drop down. It's a drop down and combo box. I'm using almost all the time combo box because it's searchable and it's more easy to use. Combo box. And my suggestion is to use combo box, and I will place it right here in the same line of this one. Okay, it is actually, and you will see why on the formula, because I already have a formula for items created and everything, and I'm going to explain you. Let me select the combo box is this one, and on item it's actually a distinct. Let me copy this one and paste it on the items of this drop down, because now it's empty, we have nothing here. Let me go and paste this formula, and is actually a distinct of sort. I use distinct function and sort function. Distinct is actually bring me distinct values from the customer column. Okay, because will be created a lot of options there, a lot of customers for that column, but and create a drop down to distinct drop down based on customer column. And I used sort. I said this is my dataverse table, and use sort of customer ascending, and because I wanted to have ascending values in my drop down, and then let me show you the parameters for distinct. The distinct function has two parameters. One is source and one is expression. The source is actually sorted this table, and the expression is column where I want to the column I want to use it for this distinct. And sort has three parameters. Is source, I want to sort this table, in this table, this card customer column, and as ascending. And that's it. Now I have my drop down. I have the options available in my distinct options available in my table here in my Dataverse table. Okay, and I have 2 times test number 2, but in my application I have just 4 options. In the table I have 5 rows, but in my application I have 4 because I used distinct. Okay, now I have 2 values here, and I want to add this insert add. I would like to insert add icon because I want to place it here, make it smaller. If they would like, the users would like to add a new customer, they will be able to see the text input label, which is in the back. Now, how can we do that? I have created a variable in the on the second screen 2, on visible. I have created a local variable, and here I will do the same. Select the screen, advanced, and on visible I'm going to create the same variable, and the variable, it's a local variable. The function for local variables in PowerApps, it's update context. A global variable in PowerApps, it's the function is set. Okay, the variable name is var visible, and I set this variable to true. Okay, on visible of this screen, once they select plus button and going to this, and this screen is visible, then is going to create that variable. Now on my visible for this combo box for my drop down, it's that variable I have created, and here I will do the same. And visible, it should be this one, and on visible I will put var visible. Okay, the name of the variable I have created, and in here on this button I put update context, the same variable, but the value should be false. Okay, and here on select for this icon is false. Okay, because now if I'm going to select this plus, this but the icon, this one will be because in the variable I put here on select this variable, the value is false. Once I will select it, my variable will be false, and the visible will be false for this one, and I have my text label here instead, if they would like to add a new customer. Okay, click back, going back here, it's again my drop down because it's on visible. But let's suppose if they would like to go back, or they would like to, I don't know, be able to, okay, I change my mind, I want to see the text label again. And this one, I will give them the possibility, if they click outside, this will be again visible. And how can I do that? I am going to insert a rectangle. Okay, and I will make it as the same size of my application. And here we have border. I want to be a border, a focus border. Thickness I would like to be 0 again as well. And okay, here is 0. Display is actually a formula, save self. Okay, now I have created the screen background is this color, and for my label I would like to have the same color. I don't know the code, but I can copy and paste the same color, and click on screen, and here on the fill we have custom, and this is the code color. Copy, going back to second screen on the rectangle, on properties, and on the color here, custom, and paste the code here, because I want to have the same color as the background, the screen background. Now let me I would like to see this in the backend, and I would like to reorder this rectangle and send it to back, and we have right click, reorder, and send to back. Now is sent to back, and on this rectangle, on select of this rectangle is here, I will use the same variable. I will change the value of my variable to true. Okay, on select, Control V, and true. Now if someone would like to add a new customer, and they change their mind, because they think, oh, we already have that customer, and if they click outside, they will be able to see again the drop down, because I just play with the value of that variable, okay, true or false. Now I have the second screen done, and we have a new button for the second screen. And let me go and because I want to use the same size, the same colors for the previous screen, I'm going copy and go to the second screen and paste the same button, but this I will change, and I will say submit new item. Okay, now it's submit, and on the formula I have a different formula, and it's called patch. And let me copy everything I have here except that comment. With comment, and in here now I have this formula. Patch actually is going to create a new item. I'm using patch function in order to create a new item in my data source, which is my data source table. Okay, I used as record, I use defaults, because default is going to create a new line in my data source. If I want to update anything here, instead of create a new line, I can use patch for update items as well. But instead of default, I can use lookup, update if, and so on. But here I want to just create a new line. Defaults allow me to create a new line in my data source, and the second parameter of patch is record, and for the record I use default function, and for update I use the same open brackets, and I'm actually creating records based on these labels. Let me go and make this smaller. Now, this is my text. It's for customer. I want to add the input for this text input 1 underlined 3, which is this one, and it's actually this label. I didn't use the value of the drop down, and I will show you and explain you why. Because if they use one of if the users want to add a new item, I am going to take the values in my patch function for this label only. And if they use the drop down, the value actually of my label is the default value is actually selected combo box value. As you can see here, I did actually the same thing, and on this default value is actually the default value of my text label. Text input is the selected value from the drop down, if they use the drop down for customer. Okay, but now it's not working because my drop down is called combo box 1, not combo box underline 2. And now it's working, and here is not working because of the same reason. It was this one is okay. Now this is patch, and I use the same logic as update if you remember earlier on the records or update. Okay, then I said once the patch is done, the row is created, refresh my report. I use another formula for we can use in a button or in any formula, any label, many formulas, not only one, using semicolon between them. Okay, then I wanted to reset each label here, because if I don't use reset, okay, I said refresh my Power BI and then reset and then back, click back, go back to my first page. If I don't use reset, that means if they would like to add a new column, for example, they just submitted an item and is going automatically here. If they would like to add a new item, they will find the same values they already created before. And using reset, I'm going to reset each label and they will be empty. Okay. Okay, this is working, is done. Let's see now. It's okay. This one is working. Here is working. Click outside or click back and click back again. Here is working everything. Now my application it's done, and all we have to do is just save the application because it's a new application. I'm going to call this demo. Embed to Power BI and click on save. It's saving here, as you can see. And then once it's saved, I have to publish my application. Publish, click on publish and publish this version. If you would like to edit the details of each version, you will be able to edit. But now I'm going to just publish this version. And this is not all, because if you would like to allow the users to use this application, you have to share the application, click on share and share the application with the users. And this is not all, because you have to share the data source again in PowerApps. If you create a PowerApps application, you have to share the data source, whatever it is, uh, uh, to the users as well. And in Dataverse, there are a lot of security level options, and you can create a security level and then share the application and the data source with the users. Now, let's go again, click on publish to be sure it's there, and go back to my Power BI, and I'm going to actually close my application because is shared is okay. Now let me go to Power BI and click here. This is the old application I have created, and now here we will be able to find the new one. Now we can select shows up, and my application is this demo embed to Power BI, and click on OK. If we would like to do to edit something more, we can go and click on open in PowerApps Studio, and now we have my application. But now we know that the application is embedded in Power BI, but if I would like to change anything here, any value, I will not be able to see the real life the real-time data, because the real-time data will be the real-time data option will be applicable in the Power BI service only. Now, because my Power BI is done, all I have to do is to save it and then publish in Power BI online Power BI service. I will publish in my workspace and click on select. I already have the same report, but I'm going to replace, in this case, it's my report. It's this one, it's already created, but I have created a new page, and I'm going to, I saved it under the name, the same name as it is in online, and I'm going just to replace the existing one. It's publishing, and got it. Now, if I'm going here to refresh my Power BI, normally if I actually, let me go and save this under a different name, and you will see why. Dataverse 2, and on desktop, and save. Now, okay, now I'm going to publish this one, and you will see is going to publish as new because I changed the name. Because before using the application, we have to edit the credentials of my report. And now under my workspace, I have two reports. One is the old one I have created, and now this is the new one, and click on it. And now I cannot still use the real time, use the application in real time in my Power BI, because I have to change the to edit the credentials for my data source. Going back to my workspace, click on schedule refresh or settings for my data. Here is the report, and this is the data set for my report. Click here, and I'm going to data source credentials, and they now are already done, but usually when you publish a new report, you will see here under data source credentials for the data set, you have to select this option, and then organizational, and sign in with your credentials, and that's it. Okay. Now going back to the report, and I'm going to open in a new window my report. Okay. And I have my report with the embedded PowerApps application, and let's see now if it's working. If we select this one item, it's already here. I don't know. Let's test the first one, or let's take the second one, and let's go click on edit button, and let's change the amount. Okay, save. It's real-time changed, as you can see. And let's add a new item. Yeah, let's suppose we have an existing customer number 4, and here, because I'm not able to edit them, because I copy the labels from the first screen and paste it in the second one, but the formulas for display mode for the labels in the fourth screen are based on this option. Let me go and select them. And before doing that, I would like to have this allow multiple selection turned off for my combo box, for my drop down, because I want to them to be able to select one option only, and this and this one on display mode should be, look, I have the same formula and should be actually edit. Now I am able to change something here. All I have to do is click on save and publish my this version. Okay, it's published. Now going back to my report, just refresh, right click, inspect, and it's going to make it faster. I'm going to refresh the report in online in order to be able to see the changes. Let's see. Am I able to be this? No, not yet. Let's do it again. Okay. And now they are editable, and the display mode is edit. Let's suppose we would like to add a new item, and let's select customer number 4. Invoice number should be, I don't know, this one. Invoice date today, and invoice amount 124. Submit, and it's going to create automatically a new line, a new record in my report. Okay, this is all from my side. Thank you very much for watching, and take care. Bye bye.